Guys, welcome back to my live, and it's been a minute. Today I'm going to be answering a dozen makeup questions. So, as usual, when I start my makeup, I'm going to be doing my prep. So my face is washed. As you can see, it's dry. It doesn't have any moisture. So we're going to take care of all of that right now. Now let me just adjust my lighting. I think that looks good. And now let's get into this video. So I'm taking a cotton pad, and the first thing I'm going to be doing is to tone my face. Actually, the first thing I did was to give my face a wash, and then I'm going ahead with a toner. And this is the one I'm using, the Thayers. So I'm just applying it on the cotton pad, as so. I'm gonna grab a mirror quickly. Oh boy. Okay. So I'm just going to be patting it into my skin, as so. Guys, see, like I go through this a lot, so I don't even know, man. So I'm just going to be doing this. And the first question I should be answering is this: what is your go-to makeup hack? My go-to makeup hack. So for me, whenever I've done like the skin work, even though I haven't completed my makeup, I am good. I can wear like and what is skin work? Foundation, contour, and then your highlights, and then you set it. Once I have done that, I can go out if I'm in a hurry. I can go out like that, even without my brows done. I'm good. So my go-to makeup hack is skin work. Once I've gotten my skin work ready, I'm halfway through. I am almost done. So that is that for me. So I'm just using this toner on my face, and I'm pressing in the toner into my skin. So like I always say, it's always good to have like a fan handy, and the fan helps you to dry your products. So this is the fan I am using, and I will be applying this. Oh, hi RCI. RC121CRX. Hi, hello, welcome to my live. Please give my video a thumbs up, share, subscribe, and let us keep on watching. Where are you watching from? Hi Rose, where are you watching from? Oh, what country is that? Is that Italy? I'm not sure. I'm sorry if I got it wrong. Where are you watching from, Rose? So the next thing I like to apply is America. You're watching from America, Texas. Nice. I am shooting live from Canada. So I'm going to be applying my moisturizer. In today's video, I'm just going to be using two things for my prep: a moisturizer and a toner, moisturizer, and primer. So that's three things. So I usually like, hi Derendra. Hi, welcome to my live. Oh, you love Canada. That is so nice. Canada is beautiful. It's getting cold though, very cold. So this is what I'm going to be using. This is very hydrating. It's e.l.f. So it says the Holy Hydration Daily Moisturizer. I love to use a hydrating moisturizer, and I'm going to be mixing this with the Thirst Drops. This is like a tester size. So I'll be mixing these two and applying to my skin. All right. So I'm just taking a very nice amount, applying it to the back of my hand, and I'm going to be mixing in the Thirst Drops. I'm going to be mixing in the Thirst Drops. In today's video, I'm just going to be answering a dozen questions. So You can ask me any questions in the comment section. I will also be answering. But today's video is about a dozen makeup questions um, that could help your makeup as well. So I like to mix my products with like the back of my brush, but I always wipe it before I use it. It's a good tip. Don't just take anything and apply it to your face. Make sure that you wipe your brushes and other things regularly. So these can cause breakouts. If you don't wipe your face correctly, if you don't clean your brushes, you will break out. So make sure you clean your brushes, make sure you clean your sponges, preferably immediately after you're done with your makeup, or if you're in a hurry, do it when you're about to use your makeup the next time. So after putting the two products, I'm just going to be mixing them in. What I love about the Thirst Drop is that it has a bit of shimmer in it, so it's pretty nice. Squatting in Canada, Jesse James, hi. Squatting, I'm not squatting in Canada. I am here to study, so I'm legally here. So this is what I'm doing, just applying it to my skin, and then I will be using my hand. Oh, hi Queen, hi Queen. Oh, thank you so much. So I'm just going to be applying this on my skin. As you can see, it's already very hydrating. And because of the glow from the Thirst Drops, you're going to see some kind of glow in it. Is it tough in Canada? Well, honestly, I think it's tough everywhere. But in Canada so far it's been kind of up and down, but that's because I am a student, right? So it's not easy to be a student. So, but it's not too bad. It's been a beautiful experience so far. So I am just applying this all over, and I'm going to make sure it gets everywhere because this is going to help me. Yeah, I'm a student. This is going to help my product to stay. So you want to prep your skin before you do makeup. If you find that your skin is dry when you do makeup or during the period of doing makeup, how much do I get a month? Well, I'm an international student, so there is no provision as to that. So yeah. What am I studying? I'm studying Masters of Business because I love business, right? So I'm studying Masters of Business. So I'm basically pressing this into my skin. And I would always say extend your makeup to your neck, because in some cases your neck could be darker than your um thank you so much. Thank you, Lynn. So I like to move it all the way down to my neck. My neck is darker than my face now because of like having the hyperpigmentation from the summer. So now that it's getting cold, I'm gonna brighten up. That is the most interesting thing about my skin during the summer and during the winter. Winter, I get brighter. Summer, I get darker. So you want to have like different foundations if you experience this. If you tend to tan in the summer, I would say get a shade darker. And in the winter, get like your normal shade. So now that I've gotten this into my skin, thank you, RC121 RCX. Thank you. So now the next thing I'm going to be using is my primer. And this brand is called Milk Hydro. I love this primer. You know why? Because it is very hydrating. And if you have dry skin, I would advise you to get a hydrating primer. You could use this one or you could use any brand that you can afford. But this is good for dry skin. If your skin tends to be dry and break out, you need this. This is going to save you the dryness. When you pair this with like a very hydrating moisturizer, there is no way your makeup wouldn't be glowing underneath. Your face will be glowing underneath, and that is what is going to come out. That will be the end result of your makeup overall. So good prep equals good makeup, lasting makeup. So don't skip your prep. What's the second question? What's the first makeup I ever used? I don't know. I would say, is lip gloss makeup? Yeah, I would say lip gloss. But but to be honest, I think the first makeup I ever really used was an eyeshadow. So I liked Highland. So I would say the eyeshadow because I don't know, I just found that using it was pretty easy, so I just always used it. It took a long time before I started using foundation. So eyeshadow was the first one. And so I'm applying this to the back of my hand. That is the primer. And I'm going to be using my hand, honestly, for most of my applications. So I'm doing this, putting it all the way here, doing this. Thank you, Lynn. Indeed, my life will become better. Amen. So this is a primer, and one thing I like about it is that it's very glowy. But if you have like very oily skin, what you need is a matte primer. And the mattifying primer tends to give your face less shine and hold your makeup in place. So the same way you need a primer for your face, you also likely going to need a primer for your eyeshadow. So make sure you have an eyeshadow primer as well. This is what helps your eyeshadow to stay and look longer, better, and also hold in the products. So this is what I'm doing. I'm just going to be pressing it into my skin. So for all the applications you do, you want to be pressing the product into your skin so that your skin can absorb it. And then make sure that your product is drying properly in between use. So don't go ahead applying like your primer when your moisturizer hasn't dried. That is what is the best primer I've used. So far, I'll say this is the best primer I have used. And I have like a mattifying primer as well, but I really like this one because for me, whenever I do makeup, I love to do like I love to have like a dewy look underneath my makeup or outside, however you want to put it. I like the outward appearance to be very dewy. That's what I like. So I like to go for this one. So far, this is my best primer. So I'm just going to make sure it dries before I go into the next thing. And if you're new here, you would not know, but I always apply my foundation before I go in with my eyeshadow. So I do it's called like the skin work, right? I do the foundation, concealer, contour, blush just before I set it, and then I do my eyeshadow last. I do this because I find that it works very well for me, so I stick to it. So you can always switch up different things, try different things, know what works for you, and then you're basically okay, right? So now I'm going to be using my mixing palette to mix my my foundation, guys. So many words. I don't even know. So I'm getting... No, I don't, Lynn. Today we're talking about makeup. No personal questions, guys. Makeup. Let's focus. Makeup. So I'm going to be using two products. I am going to be using this. This is a Sephora brand. I'm using this, and it's pretty fair. You in the price, right? It's pretty fair. I think this is about like $16 at Sephora, so it's pretty fair. But if you're looking for something more drugstore, I would say you should go for the Maybelline or the L'Oreal. You can find those at Walmart. So now I'm going to mix in those two. Remember I said like I tend to tan in the summer, which is what I'm going through. So the original foundation that I use in the winter is this one. So if you can tell from the bottle, you can see that it's already really bright. So it's what I go through. switching shades is what I go through. So I'm going to mix in this Sephora brand with this brand called oh, you don't like to put foundation? Yeah, if you don't like foundation, I would say that a really good alternative is to use a skin tint. I have never really used this, but I find that a lot of people use it. It has like a very lightweight pigments to it, so it is kind of like a foundation, but a very sheer foundation. So your a skin tint might be good for you if you're someone who doesn't like to wear foundation, so you might want to consider it. um this is V Beauty. This is a Nigerian brand. I am Nigerian, guys. I am from Nigeria. So I'm going to be mixing it, like I said, and then I will be applying it. So you can use a brush to apply your foundation, or you can use a beauty blender. Honestly, it depends on whatever you're comfortable with. I can use both, but I'm going to be using a beauty blender. Now, the trick for using a beauty blender is to get your beauty blender, you soak it in water, and then you squeeze it out until it is damp. You don't want to use a wet beauty sponge, you want to use a damp beauty sponge. So this is what it is. When you put water on it, it fluffs up and it like doubles in size. It becomes so soft, like it is very, very soft, honestly. And this is what helps blend your makeup and gets it sitting on your face properly. So a damp beauty sponge, not a wet beauty sponge. And get like a quality beauty sponge, right? Because if you get like a beauty sponge that is too hard, even when you put water, you might not get the best results. Now I'm taking the mixture, I'm just going to be applying it on my skin as so, like this. Oh, thank you. Nigeria is wonderful indeed. Then I'm going to be doing this, and then this is my secret for getting my foundation blended properly. I get a spray. Now you can use a setting spray, or you can use a rose water spray. So this is a spray and it has rose water in it. I like to spray it on my foundation. It helps to blend in the foundation and gives it that very beautiful luminous look. So I'm going ahead to take this and I'm going to be doing my application. As you can see, it's going in smoothly. It's just going into my skin. So I'm just pressing it in and it just blends smoothly. Very smoothly. Myanmar is where? Lynn, where is that? I've never heard of that place. Please, where is it? So this is what I'm doing. I'm just going to press it until it gets into my skin. So this is very important. The blend that you get from each product is what is going to make everything come together. So don't just be in a hurry to apply the next product. Make sure it blends into your skin. The blending is key, guys. The blending is key. Trust me. What a good blending does for you, you can't it can't be overemphasized, really. So make sure that you're getting it everywhere. So you can also use like less foundation. It also depends on what you like, right? But honestly, less is more. If you use less, your products won't be too cakey. If you use a lot of products, you're gonna get a cakey look, especially if you don't blend it in properly. So like when I apply my foundation, I'm making sure I'm getting it well and properly blended to give it like an even tone. And then I can go ahead and apply anything else. So if I don't get that even tone throughout, I'm not doing anything else until I get it. So yeah. So these corners of your face, you want to make sure that your product is getting in there so that everywhere has it. This part, I like to bring it down just a little bit, just a little bit. So now that I'm okay with this, I'm gonna go ahead and contour my face. Now I like to use like a foundation to do my contour. It's absolutely, oh, thank you very much. It's actually absolutely up to you, really. Some people use just the powder contour, and I would say it's still very okay. Like I said, it depends on what you are um, working with, and that is in terms of time. Do you have much time on your hands? You know what you're working with. So if you don't have much time, using just your powder contour is perfect. But if you have like lots of time, you can do the cream contour, and then you go ahead and do the um, powder on top. Because if you're new here, you might not know, my ultimate makeup advice is whatever you apply your cream to, you set with your powder. So I'm going to be using this brand. So I'm using the shade Maroon 8, and I'm going ahead to mix it with this one, Ebony 9. So I mix those two, get my contour shade, and then I'm just going to be using the bottom of my brush, my beauty blender, to apply it. So I'm doing this, just applying it all the way, just like that. Remember, I want it into my skin. What I like about this foundation is that it just goes into your skin smoothly, and it makes blending easy. So a good hack for you when you're getting your product is try to get a product that is easily blended. Like it blends easily, and not what you're going to be struggling to blend into your skin. You want something that when you apply it, it kind of melts into your skin. That is what to give you a luminous look at the end. It gives your face that richness that it needs. So I'm going to be doing this part of my head. Thanks guys, thank you guys. So I'm going to be pressing this all the way, my temple, all the way to my forehead. And it's kind of like a half dome application for me for my forehead application. I like to do like a half dome. Or yeah, a dome actually, not half dome, a dome. I'm gonna just take it all the way around, all the way. If you're enjoying my video, please give my video a thumbs up, share to someone who would love to watch my video. So I'm doing this, pressing it all the way, and I'm gonna go back, look at it. If it looks nice, I'm gonna continue. So far I'll say this looks nice. I'm going to go ahead and do my highlight. So for my highlights, I'm going to be using a foundation as well. So this is the V Beauty as well, in the shade Cape Town. Who knows where Cape Town is? Who has heard of the Cape Town? Oh, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel, Lynn. Thank you. So I'm just going to be taking this. So for your applications as well, what helps your application is using putting the product on your brush first before you, or your brush or your blender before Oh, thank you guys for subscribing to my channel. When you put that um, product first on your beauty blender, it helps your product to stay in place. Now, if you just go ahead and use a dry damp beauty blender without any product on it, chances are that your makeup is going to shift, it's going to move. So if you notice when I applied, I picked it up and then I applied. That is what you want to be doing throughout your application. The same thing I did for when I contoured. I picked up the product with my beauty blender and then I applied. If you notice, there is no moving. If not, when you do that, it's going to shift your product and you're going to have like patches. So if you notice that you have patches on your skin when you apply makeup, this could be part of the reason that you have those patches. You're probably using your brush or your beauty blender without any product on it. You don't want that. So before I do my highlight, I'm just going to go ahead and apply my blush. Now for the blush, if you know me very well, I like to use either my the Rare Beauty blush, or I could use lipstick. So depending on what you're trying to achieve, right? If you want like a more purple blush, you can use your purple lipstick. If you want to use lipstick, not lip gloss, you want to use a lipstick and not lip gloss. You can use your purple lipstick, you can use your red lipstick, you can use orange lipstick if you have. So it really depends on what you have in your space, right? Whatever you have, you can use it, or you can use a liquid blush, right? It's not compulsory to use your lipstick, but you can use a liquid blush. So this is a liquid blush and I'm using it. So for it's the same thing, the same application, right? I'm just placing it to my cheek. So it depends on what you're trying to achieve, right? You can always apply your blush upwards to give your face a slimmer look, or you can apply it to the apples of your cheek this way to give your face a fuller look. So if you notice that you have an oval face and you don't want to slim it out even more, you can do that to make it fuller. So I think today I'm going to be doing that application to give my face a fuller look. So I usually go upwards, but this time I'm going to go this way just to give it that full look. So this is what I'm doing. And the same thing I said, you have to use the part that has a product. This part was what I used to do my contour, and I'm simply using it to apply the blush. You can smile so that it applies to the apples of your cheek, and I'm just putting it all this way. You're a kid? Oh, okay. I hope you're learning something here. You can do makeup too, so I hope you learn something from here. So I'm just pressing this all the way, pressing it, and making sure I get a seamless blend. So at the end of this, what I want is it looking... Oh, thank you very much. It was a gift. This painting was a gift. So yeah, I love it so much. It's so gorgeous. So I'm just going to be applying this and making sure I get it to the apples of my cheek. I'm just pressing it in. Thank you very much, Nelson. So once I'm satisfied with this, I'm going to go ahead and do my highlight. Okay. Guys, you see the way I'm taking my time to blend? I know I'm looking for a seamless blend, so that is what I am doing. Oh, thank you very much. Please share my videos to someone who loves makeup, to someone who is trying to learn makeup. I do makeup tutorials. So, and I tell people like the brands that could be useful for them. Please give my video a thumbs up and share my video. Thank you guys. So now that I'm okay, oh, you're from Canada. Nice. I am in Canada. but I'm from Nigeria. But I am in Canada at the makeup. Oh, thank you. I do makeup because I'm a makeup artist, and when I come here doing my videos, it's because I want to teach someone something they can use to get their own skills better, to enhance their skills. You can do this for other people as well. Those who like makeup, they can do like they can use this for their clients, pick up one or two things that they can use on their clients or just on themselves. Or if you're a creative that loves to do makeup, right, you can learn a thing or two to get your makeup better. Now, the third question I'm going to be answering is powder or cream blush, which do you prefer? I tend to use the cream blush more, and then I use the powder blush to reinforce it. So in a situation where I'm rushing and I am in a hurry and I don't have a lot of time, I could use just my powder blush and it works perfectly well. But I find that whenever I use the cream blush, it gives it more pigment, it gives it more there's this look that it gives. It's not too harsh, it looks perfectly good. So I love to use my cream blush and then I reinforce it with the powder. So I would say for me, I use both. So it really depends. It really depends on what I'm trying to achieve. So like I said before, I'm just going to be um, smudging this out on my palette, and then I am applying. I'm doing this. Hi Roxana, welcome to my life. So this is what I'm doing, applying to my forehead. So for me, the application of this is usually I do my T-zone, and then my cheeks I do last. So I'm just putting the remaining. I don't want too many. I don't want lots of products, so I'm just going to be using a little as I go. And I will be doing this last. I tend to do this, and then I'm going to go ahead and blend. So I'm just pressing it all out so that the excess goes all out. Let's see. So I like to press it in and make sure that it sits well. So if you're using a concealer, yeah, I see you, Roxana. Hi, girl. Or hi. I'm sorry. Hi, Roxana. um, I like to press this into my skin. Why? If you're using a concealer, you notice that it's very, very pigmented, right? So if you don't press it into your skin, it's going to be looking like different from your other application, right? So you want everything pressed in and looking really nice. And always make sure that you blend your concealers quickly. Some concealers are quick drying. Hurry up. I'm taking my time with this because it's a foundation. It tends to be a little more forgiving, right? So and then I'm going ahead to do the T-zone. So I like to make sure that this one goes into the contour that I have already placed. That is what is going to give it a seamless blend. So pressing this upwards into the contour areas. Then if I notice that anywhere is having any hash lines, I take the contour part and then I just blend it all out. Makeup is really about your blending, guys. It's more about your blending than anything else. Yes, I'm a makeup artist. Yes, yes, yes. I have a page, and my page is pinkray_brand on Instagram. So you can go through my page. Yeah, I do intend to have like a makeup shop when I am ready. So yeah. And in the future, I would love to own like my personal brand. That is the goal. So yeah, I like to have like a makeup brand. So this is what I am doing. So you want to look up when you're doing this so that you can get it into as much as possible. So I like to move this on my eyelid as well whenever I am blending. I am doing this first before I go all the way under here. So this I do last. Now while I'm doing this, I'm going to get my setting powder ready. So I would say if you don't know which shade of setting powder to get, the best thing, oh, thank you, amen, I will own my own brand. The best thing to do is to get the translucent powder. The translucent powder works for any skin tone, dark, very ebony, whatever your shade is, the translucent works for you because it's basically translucent. It doesn't really have any shade to it. But then I'm going to be using this brand. It's called Merak. It's a Nigerian brand as well. It's in the shade Curry. They have so many, I think they have a range of 4 shades, so you can go in between, right? So I'm just pressing this into my skin. And I'm pressing it all the way. So you always want to look out for this place. If you're not careful, that place is going to be looking dark. So make sure your product is getting in there. I'm just looking up, all the way up, pressing it, pressing it, pressing it, making sure to go on my eyelid as well. And I am good. So now that I'm satisfied with the way it looks, the next thing I'm going to go is to go ahead with my setting powder immediately. So this is the last place that you blend, but it's the first place that you set with your powder. So always remember that, last to blend, first to set. So whenever I take my powder, I like to blend it out like this. And I'm just going to blend it all out before I apply. And then I start the application. Now, rather than packing the product, this is safer for you because you can blend it easily. It's good that you do this and build it up rather than just applying it directly. So you want to do this and build it up. So this, and then you build it up. You build it up. Now I'm going to go a second time, blend it all out, and then I build it up. I go all the way, all the way. Do the same thing. So you want to make sure that you're making it even. So when you do here, you do here. Miss Jennah, yeah? So my Jennah is spelled with a H, so it's Jennah. Well, I am in Canada right now, so let's see. This looks, well, I don't know. I might just travel around a bit. I don't know yet. I don't know whether I'm gonna stay here or move a bit. So let me be done with school first. School first. School first. So I'm just going to be doing this. And making sure that the other parts that I have highlighted also get set with the powder. So remember the rule, guys. For everything that has a cream, it has to be set with a powder. You highlight, you set. You contour, you set. Make sure you set everything. So this is what I'm doing. And I'm pretty content. And so I'm going to be setting my contour. Now, I always say it's best to have powder palettes because it has different colors. If you're someone like me who tends to tan in the summer and gets lighter in the winter, this is better for you. This is like the best because you have different shades, and when you go in between like shades, if you keep switching, then you have something that you can use in the different periods. So if you tan in the summer, you have darker shades here that you can use. If you get lighter in the winter, you have a lighter shade that you can use. Wow, I love TikTok. I mean, I use more of Instagram, but I do still love TikTok. Um, I like to pick up my powder with a brush, tap it all out. Always tap, and then I apply. I do the same here, and then I apply. This is perfect. Thank you. Please give my video a thumbs up. Share my video, guys, so that someone else could watch and learn. So this is what I'm doing. This is what I am doing. Making sure that this part, the point of doing your contour and highlight is to bring like light and warmth to your face, right? So when you apply your foundation, it just gives your face a blank look, right? So you contour and highlight to bring back the lights and the highlight, the low lights in your face. So that is basically what you're doing with the contour and the highlight. Now, is it necessary to contour and highlight? No. You could do your, if you're someone who doesn't love to wear makeup, if you just apply your foundation, you're pretty good, right? So you're very, very good with that. But then if you like a little extra, then of course go ahead and do all of this. Now, another palette that I have is a blush palette. Now, because I'm a makeup artist, I like to, thank you very much. I like to have different palettes because I work with different skin tones, undertones, shades. Now, if you don't know what undertone is, I would say that you actually should go and look it up. But in a summary or in a nutshell, your undertone is the color you get from like your vein. So if you have a bluish green vein, I think you have like a warm undertone, and then so many other colors, right? So you basically have the cool, you have the warm, and then I don't remember the last one. So if your veins are purple or thereabout, I think you have cool undertones. I'm not sure, but it really depends. Bye, Lynn. Thank you for being on my live. So I'm going to be using this color for my blush. So this is what I'm doing, just placing it ever so lightly to that part of my face. So today I want my face looking fuller, so I'm applying my blush this way instead of upwards. So I want the fuller look. So just to the apples of my cheek. So for your contour, for your blush, you want to move it inwards and not outwards. So you want it moving inwards. So this is what you're doing. Moving it ever so gently. And I'm going to go ahead and do this as well. If you like my video, please give my video a thumbs up. Thank you, guys. So this is what I am doing. until I get my preferred look. So one thing that I like about makeup is when you put it at first, it looks very harsh, right? But it does something called oxidization. It gets to break down and really blend in with your natural oils, and then it looks very nice. So whenever you see someone doing makeup, you're like, oh, that's too much. Relax, relax. The makeup hasn't set well yet. So when it sets, it gets to look more put together. So when I have gotten it looking as nice as I can, then I'm going to go ahead and do the next thing, which is my brows. Now for my brows, I like to use a pencil. Now, if you have brow pomade, of course you can use it, but I would advise if you're using a brow pomade, use or maybe I should use a brow pomade today. Should I use a brow pomade, guys? So I like to have a brush to do this. Now I like to use a gel to do this, and this is a cheap way, right? This is just my regular hair gel, and I tend to use it to do my brows. Now I blend it all out and I apply this on my brow. So you want to use little product. Don't ever take like lots of products. It's going to be hard for you to work with. Always use little products, as little as possible. Now when I do this, I'm going to brush my hairs to stay in one place. Make sure they're all in the right direction. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the second one. Same thing. Getting it brushed all up in one direction. I want it in one direction so that when I draw, it just goes, it kind of glides through, right? Now, why you don't need to pack lots of, if you have a brow pomade, you can use it as well. But why you don't need to pack a lot of product is because the gel has a slippery feel. So if you put a ton of products and you don't set it properly, what you're going to have is your brush gliding through and just all over the place. It makes it really hard to draw your brows. So always be light-handed. So I'm just brushing it all the way, getting it in place. Now, because I am using a gel, if I was using a brow pomade, I may not necessarily need to do this. But because I am using a gel, I am going to be setting it. So taking my setting powder, I will just be setting the brow. I will be setting my brows. So I'm just doing this like this. Ever so lightly. Always be light-handed, guys. Light-handed, please. Light-handed, light-handed. I'm going to be setting this as well. Setting it all up. And then when I am satisfied, I will go ahead and start drawing it. Now what this has done is to put it in place, and now your brow is not going to move throughout like your event. So if you have a long event and you do this, and you know the best part of this is when you do this, you can just wear your brows like this. Really, if you have full natural brows like me, you don't necessarily need to draw it. What you could do is just get it set in the right place, use your gel, and then you set it. When you do this, you are good to go, honestly. But then for those who do not know how to draw their brows, come here, this is for you. So I like to get a pencil, and this is in the brand Davis. So I have a sharpener here with me. The perfect trick to getting your brows looking good all day long is to have it really sharp. Your pencil has to be really sharp, honestly, guys. A sharp pencil will get your brows looking very nice. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Sharpening my pencil until it's very pointy. Almost there. Oh no, it broke. Oh, that is the point I'm looking for. I want it very pointy. This is what is going to get my brows looking very, very natural. Now, I don't like a very thick brow. No, I find that is very unnatural. So this one is the perfect way to get your brows looking very natural and realistic. If your brows are too thick, I just feel like they're not realistic. Let's be honest. Although some people have full brows, right? But if you have full brows, I would say barely touching your brows is the best, because if you go ahead and touch it, it's going to look too full and it wouldn't look realistic anymore. So the next thing I'm going to be answering, the next question, guys, is most overrated makeup products. Let's see. So I'm going to be judging the most underrated product, judging by the fact that can I do without this product? And I would say, guys, what is the most underrated product? Overrated, not underrated, overrated. I think a cream blush, honestly, is kind of overrated because you can do your makeup without wearing a cream blush. You can use your powder blush and you're perfectly okay. You're perfectly good with your powder blush. So for me, I think the most overrated product is the blush, the cream blush. You can use it with, you can do your makeup with or without it, and you will still be fine. So this is what I'm going to be doing. Hi, Lynn. Welcome back. So I like to draw my brows from the middle. And it's not compulsory that you do this, but I find that it lets me control my brows properly. So that is why. I go ahead like this, just following the natural curve of my brow. And this is why you need a pointy pencil, so that when you do this, it just goes smoothly. And then I come to the front and ever so lightly do the same here. I'm as light-handed as possible. And then I go to the top, just following that natural brow line. I am going to be doing all this. I'm just following the brow line and connecting it together. So this is what I'm having, and it's looking nice. I'm going to step back. Do I like it? I think so. I'm just going to adjust it where I think it needs to be adjusted. And then I am going to be mimicking my brow hairs, just lightly doing this. My favorite makeup, So this looks as natural as possible. I'm not going to touch it any further. I'm going to let it be. So for me, I say my my favorite product is lip gloss. Guys, I have so many glosses. I have this. And they're like pigmented glosses, right? I have this, I have this, I have this. I love gloss, guys. I love gloss. So gloss is my favorite makeup product. This. I just love gloss. I have so many of them and they are very pigmented too. I have this is gloss. Let's see how many more I have. This is gloss, guys. Half of my makeup kit is gloss, guys. Yes, I love gloss. I'm a gloss girl. I don't even have as much lipsticks, but I have so many glosses. I have the clear gloss. It's ridiculous. I just love gloss. I love me gloss. I love me some gloss. I have this one. It's red. It's lip gloss. So the next question is, do you like a bold or a natural brow? I am team natural brows, guys. Any day, anytime, I would take the natural brows. Makeup is supposed to just enhance. So if you go ahead and apply a ton of product in a way that makes you look too different, I'm not for that. I want to still look like myself when I apply my makeup. I don't want to change too much, so I would I would wear a natural brow. Guys, this is another lip gloss. I just love gloss, guys. So many of them. So for my brow, I like to conceal it with this. But just before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and do this one off, and then I conceal my brows. So I'm going to just be sharpening my pencil. Guys, having sharp pencil is so difficult. It just keeps breaking. It's so annoying. So I'm just gonna keep on working with it until I get the perfect look. Guys, my sharpener is missing. Oh my goodness. Found it. So I'm just going to be sharpening my pencil until I get it looking really nice. Ooh, that is very pointy. So I'm going to be drawing this one just like I did this one. So let's go, guys. This one stresses me out, guys. It stresses me, but I'm gonna try. So I like to do the same thing. Draw it from under. I just like to follow the natural pattern of my brows. I don't try to overdraw or underdraw, just the same pattern. This is what gives it that natural look. So just following the exact. My favorite animal, I don't know. I really love animals of the cat family, so I would say cat. So I do this. I do this. Just following the natural pattern of my brow. And this is good, guys. You want to be focused with your brow because bad brows could spoil your look. They could ruin your look. So you want to make sure your brows are looking as nice as possible. I shade the end just a little bit. And then I'm going to go ahead and just mimic the natural hair pattern of my brows. I'm just going to go ahead and do this. Doing this. And doing this. So I'm always going to be light-handed in the front because I want it looking very subtle in front and fuller in the middle. My favorite animal isn't makeup. My favorite animal is a cat. Well, this is what I'm doing. Just in the front. You're so silly. This is what I am doing. And now that I like the way it looks, I am going to go ahead and conceal. So if you can notice, there is like a mistake that I made here. My concealer is going to help me fix that. And that is why you conceal, really. Nothing else. If you get your brows well done, you don't even need to conceal it. Like yesterday I went out and I wore makeup. I didn't have to conceal my brows because I was in a hurry. But because I drew them well, they came out looking so nice, you would think I concealed it. So it's not compulsory to wear a concealer. So I like to use two colors when I am concealing. Why? Because I want it looking natural. So here I give it the highest, the highlights, and then here I make it as natural as possible. So that's a good tip, right? use two colors when you are doing your brows. So I'm just going to be touching this with a brush. I like to use a rounded brush. Hi Pinkish, welcome to this live. I like to use a rounded brush. If you look at it, the tip is rounded. It makes it easy for me. You can use a flat brush if you're good with that, but I find that this is easier for me. Now, because I already have foundation, I like to go ahead with this. Just do this. So I'm maintaining the natural curve of my brow. And I'm just doing this. So when I'm getting to the front, I get so light-handed. So I'm doing this all the way, then I blend it all the way down. Now, this is going to give it that highlighted look. So that is good. Now I'm going to take the other shade, which is slightly darker, and I am going to be using it all the way in here for the tip to make it more blendable. And I'm just going to be doing this. And I'm going to be doing the same in here. So I'm going to be doing this ever so lightly. And then I think it looks good. I'm just going to feather it out. And then I'm going to immediately get a brush. Thank you, Pink. And I'm just going to be blending it all out. Now it's important to get it blended immediately because it is going to dry, and when it dries it's going to be so hard to blend. So just blending it immediately after application is the best thing to do. And I'm going to just be pushing this all to my eyelid. Yeah, you're right, Lynn. So this is it. And if you can see, it looks good already. So I am just blending it all the way down here. And this is perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the second one. So I'm going to be picking the lighter one. I'm going to be applying it here. And I'm just going to be following the natural. So I'm highlighting there because there's like a brow bone there. And when you put your highlight there, it just brings it out, makes it stand out. Pushing this all the way down. I'm going to be taking the darker shade for the front and for the tip of the brow. Just doing this ever so gently. And I am doing this. I'm just blending it all the way out. Just blending it all the way out. Doing the same here. Blending it all the way out. And now that it looks nice, I'm just going to be using my brush to blend it all out. So I'm not dragging it. If you notice, I am tapping. I am from Nigeria, Pink. I am Nigerian. So I am just blending it all the way, tapping it and not, you don't want to drag your products, you want to tap. Yes, I have a TikTok account. Okay, guys. My TikTok account is Jennah as well. So you just want to browse Jennah. But I'm going to leave it in the description in this video. So you can come back here for reference. I'm going to leave my TikTok and my Instagram here. So you can come back to this video and you will find that information here. So this is what I am doing. Now that it looks nice, I'm going to look at this one. Now I see that this one needs a little bit of adjustment, and I'm going to do that here. I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to adjust it. I'm going to be using my brush and I will be adjusting it. Going all the way here. And I'm just going to be adjusting it. I think it looks good, guys. Oh, oh, my bad. Oops. So this looks good. This is a good base. Now I'm going to be taking my highlighter and I will be putting it all over my eyelid. This is going to serve as an eyeshadow primer. So if you don't have eyeshadow primer, using your concealer is perfect because it will just help to set it, and when you apply your product, it looks good. Now I'm using this from Maybelline. Sorry, Rimmel. This is a Rimmel brand. And I'm just blending this all out. So it helps to have a very fluffy brush to get your blending done. So the brush, this brush set that I have is from, what do you call them again? I don't know, they're at Walmart really, guys. So many brushes, they're just lots and lots of brushes. But yeah, this is the RT brand, yeah. You'll find it at Walmart. So this is what I'm doing, blending it all the way. Blending it out all the way. So like I say, the concealer dries quickly. So if you're not quick, it's gonna dry on you. This one is beginning to dry, so I have to be quick. So now this looks nice. This is a good base for my eyeshadow. So looking at it, is well blended. I'm going to be answering the next question. Natural makeup or full glam? I would say it depends on the occasion. If I'm not going for like a wedding or I don't know, a big party, I tend to do like a natural makeup, but then sometimes I wear full glam for like weddings, the big occasion. Oh, you're a baker. That is wonderful. I'm a baker as well. So I mean, I do a lot of things, right? I'm a nail tech, so I made these myself. So it saves you a lot of coin if you can do a lot of things by yourself. So yeah. So this is what it is looking like so far. Now, I don't know what I'm going for, but let's see. So I'm gonna try doing like a purple eyeshadow. Let's see what that's gonna look like, guys. So this is in the shade Spicy. And I'm just looking for my other eyeshadow brand. Let's see. Let's see. We're gonna do like a dark purple look. Let's see if this will work. And this is in the shade Spicy. This is what this is looking like. It's a very interesting hue. So I'm going to be using that. So I want to do like a matte look for my eyes. So let's see how that's gonna look. But before then, guys, I'm going to be setting the rest of my face with powder. I'm taking a powder that is in my skin shade. If you notice there's some shine to my face because I haven't set it. So I'm taking a powder brush and I'm setting the rest of my face. What this is going to do for me is going to set all that foundation and all that cream that I have applied before. So you must do this for your makeup. You can't skip it, it's important. So I'm just taking this and I'm applying it all the way, setting all of my face. Setting all of my face, making sure I'm setting it properly. Going to be doing the same for my head. Set, 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 set. Important. Make sure you're setting your face properly. Make sure you're setting your face properly. So I'm going ahead to do this. And you want to use just like your regular natural powder. Now, if you don't know your skin shade, I highly recommend that you go into a store and get yourself like your shade tested in the store. It's better than just picking up a product that you think would work. You might end up just wasting money. So go there, let someone check it for you, and then you can tell which is your skin tone. Now, because I have drawn my brows, I'm going to go ahead and contour my nose to give it like a slimmer look effect. And this is not necessary, right? If you're not into all of that, you can totally skip this. But I am doing a tutorial, so I'm going to do this. So I'm going to take the same brown shade that I have. Oh boy. And I'm going to be doing my nose contour. So this is what I'm going to be doing. I'm just going to be moving it here and doing this. So I'm just using the powder to do this. You can use a cream if you like, but I find that I am better off with like a powder. It's easier for me to manipulate. I used to use like the cream, but I found that this is much better for me. It works so much better than using the cream contour to do my nose. So I'm just doing this. And you can work in stages. Don't pack the product on your skin. Work in stages, work in bits. It's safer for you. And you really want it to be safer because remember, you've already applied your foundation, you've already done your highlights. So if you're not working carefully, it's going to ruin everything and you might end up cleaning everything. So just doing this just to give it that slimmer effect. Just ever so lightly doing this. I'm going to step back. Does it look nice? Then I'm going to come back and adjust it. So I'm doing this until I've gotten what I'm looking for. Now I like to move it into my brow. I like to blend it all the way to my brow. All the way. And you don't want to use a shade that is too harsh. If not, your blending is going to be very difficult. So at all times, make sure that you're using something that is blendable. So I'm just going to be going like this, ever so lightly, and pushing it into my face. So this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. Okay, now that I see it looks nice, I'm going to go ahead and just feather it out. And I'm going to take a slightly lighter powder and feather it out just because I don't want the line looking very harsh. So I'm going to be using a lighter brown to feather this out. I don't want it looking too harsh. I want it looking as natural as possible. So That is why I'm doing this. And this makes all the difference. You can see that the harsh line is already being diffused. So I'm going to be doing it for this side as well. Okay. So what I'm doing, just blending it all out. I think it looks nice, guys. Just taking this light powder and feathering this out until I get my desired look. Now, I'm going to be taking the powder again, blending it all out. I'm just going to be putting it under my eye just because I want it to catch like my eyeshadow fallouts. I'm going to be applying eyeshadow, and sometimes your eyeshadow tends to fall out, so putting the powder under your eye will help trap all that fallout, and then you can wipe it off with your brush. This could also be called baking, so yeah, I'm baking today, guys. I'm baking. So this is what it's looking like, and I'm just gonna be baking. Doing the same here. And I'm just going to be feathering the nose part out. That's because I want it to be blendable. I want it having a pinched effect, so yeah. So now I'm gonna go ahead and do the eyeshadow now that I've gotten this out of the way. So I'm just gonna be taking the brown eyeshadow, putting my powder aside. I'm gonna go ahead and just go with the purple eyeshadow. Now I'm just gonna be picking a bit of it, picking it. Always tap off. I'm just placing it all the way. Just placing it all the way. Placing it here. And then I'm gonna take some more. Placing it here. So I think I'm going for like a matte eyeshadow look today. So if you have like your lipstick, you can actually use your lipstick for your eyeshadow. And what that is gonna do is going to give it a lot of pigment, but I don't have any purple lipstick, so I'm just using my powder. So if you have purple lipstick, feel free to use it on your eye, then you apply your eyeshadow on top. It is very, very pigmented. It looks very pigmented, so you might want to try that hack. So I'm just placing it all the way. Placing it. If you notice, I'm holding my brush at the tip. Why? This is going to help it blend so easily. I find that I can move my brush here and there when I hold it at the tip, but if I hold it here, it's stiff and I can't really move it in place. So this is a good way to hold your brush to get it just at the right place. So I'm just gonna keep on adding. It's better to work in little sizes. Always do little sizes. If you go ahead and just apply it, you might have a problem blending it out. So work in little spaces, guys. Just little. I'm gonna pack it until I'm okay with like the pigment. So I'm not okay with it. I want it to be very, very pronounced. So I'm just going ahead to do some more. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this side as well. I'm just applying it all the way. Work in stages, work in little sizes. Start and then keep on adding. I can't read that. What is that? So I'm just doing this, and doing this. So what is another question I'm going to be adding? Remember, this is a dozen questions with Jennah. So number 7 is, what is your holy grail product? For me, I would say my holy grail is like my foundation. I really love it. I find that having like a good foundation is like the best makeup step, really. Because if you have a good foundation that is blendable and a good brand, then you are already in the right direction. My favorite food, I would say rice, but I like jollof rice, so yeah, I love rice. So I like to do this until I get, remember this one is, it has to look like very similar, right? So I'm going to keep on packing it until I get the right blend and the right shade for this eye as well. Now don't worry, we're going to be blending this all out, and you're going to see that it's going to be very beautiful at the end. It's going to be much more rewarding. So I'm just putting it there until I get the right build. So yeah, we're going to keep doing this until we're good. I kind of think it's almost there, but just a little more. Just a little more. I'm just doing this all the way. I think I just want one tone of eyeshadow today, but I am going to be blending this purple with a brown shade to give it a very uniform look. So just gonna step back, look at it. Does it look good? I'm going to step back now and blend it all out. This is still not as dark. It's almost there, guys. This one is almost there. Favorite song? I don't know. I don't think I have a favorite song. I always like have songs that I listen to in a particular season. Well, let's see. I think it looks almost there. I'm gonna do this one just higher up so that it looks very similar. Guys, I look like someone punched me in the eye. This is going to look good. I promise you, it's gonna look good in the end. I'm going to take a very light brush and I'm going to be blending this all out. So I'm going to be taking a brown shade, like a light brown shade, and I'm going to be blending this all out. I'm feathering it all out at the top. So this is what I'm doing. Just making sure that it blends in. Making sure. This is why you need to hold your brush at the tip so that when you do this, it can work with you, right? You want it working with you. So I'm going to keep on doing this until I am sure and I'm convinced that this looks good. So I'm just going to keep on doing this. blending it all into my eyebrows. Just doing this. So the next question I'm going to be answering is, if you could use one makeup, what would that be? So I can choose that depending on the versatility of this product. Now, is it something that I can use like for more than like 3 ways? If I can use a product 3 ways, I would say that that one product is the product that I can use. So let's see. What can I use in different ways? I would say a foundation. Why? I can use my foundation as a foundation. I can use it as an eye primer. I can use it as a what do you call it? Highlight, contour. So the foundation is that one product that I think that I could use in many ways. In many ways. A foundation can be used in so many ways. You can use it as your eyeshadow primer. You can use it as a foundation. You can use it as your highlight and contour. You can just use it in many ways. So for me, that would be my eyeshadow. Sorry, that would be my foundation. So, question 9. Would I rather wear a matte lipstick or a glossy lipstick? I am team glossy any day, anytime. I love to wear glossy lipstick, guys. Glossy lip gloss is just, I don't know, it just has my heart. I just love to wear like gloss. So I'm thinking I want the monochromatic look really. I'm gonna wear like an all purple eyeshadow, and I'm gonna be wearing purple lipstick or purple lip gloss. So yeah. Yeah, I'm almost done, guys. I am almost done. So this is what it's looking like, and I really like it. So the next thing I'll be doing, I think I can wear this as is. I just want the purple. So I'm gonna take an eyeliner and I'm going to be lining my eyes. I'm gonna be using a black eyeliner. I like to use the liquid eyeliner. If you have a gel liner, you can use it as well. So I'm just gonna be taking this. And be putting it all over. Now, because my eyelid is really full or big, I like to like do bigger eyeliner. But if you have a very small eyelid, I would say the smaller the eyeliner, the better for you. So yeah, you have to know your eyes so that you know what suits your eye. I have a lot of eye space, so I can wear my eyeliner big. But if you don't have a lot of eye space, you want to work with like the thinnest liner as possible. So I'm gonna be drawing it all the way from here. And I'm just gonna be moving it all the way back. Oh, thank you, Lynn. So I'm just doing this. And I'm just doing this. All right. So eyeliners can be a nightmare because I just ruined this side, so I have to fix the other side. I think it looks nice already. Just gonna fix this side. Okay, now we're going to be dusting off. Let me just fix this one. Just because I want them looking as uniform as possible. So, the next question I'm going to be answering, will I wear makeup every day or occasionally? Honestly, I prefer to wear makeup occasionally. Just because I don't think it's realistic to wear makeup every day. And if you have good skin, honestly, I don't think you should be wearing makeup every day. Yeah, I like lip gloss, so I prefer lip gloss to lipstick. So yeah, I would wear a gloss any day, anytime, as opposed to a lipstick. So I'm a gloss girl. So this is what it's looking like. Now I'm going to be taking this. This is a versatile pencil. It has like the eyeliner, it has like the lip liner, it has like the one you can use for your brows. This brand I love. So I'm just going to be drawing my bottom liner. So this is what I'm going to be doing. Just put it here. Now I'm going to do this side. Okay. Now I'm going to be taking the brush and I'm going to be smudging my bottom lash, my bottom liner. I'm going to be using the same brow purple that I used to smudge under. It's just going to give the look a fuller look. So it is not compulsory. You don't have to do this, but I like to do it sometimes, not all the time, but I like to do it sometimes. So I'm just taking a little bit of the product and I'm just going to be blending it all the way under. It depends on you and what you're comfortable with. I've had clients who are like, please don't put anything under my eyes. So people are different. And I would advise you to get a smaller brush. Don't do what I'm doing because this could be frustrating. So now you can always mix like your lipstick and the lip gloss. That is always a good combo. Okay. I think it looks okay. I'm gonna be putting my mascara. So I don't think I'll be wearing like lashes today, false lashes. I'm just gonna be putting only mascara. Okay, gonna be doing this side. So you want to use a good mascara, honestly. Especially if you have very long lashes, make sure you're using a good mascara brand. So you can go ahead and apply like your mascara twice. You do the first layer, especially if your lashes are very thin, just like mine. You can do the first layer and then come back and do the second layer. Now that I have it looking like this, next thing I'm going to be doing is dusting off that excess product. So you can use a fan brush, but I like to use my powder brush. Just want to do this lightly, just gently, gently, or else you're gonna have problems blending this. Now I know there's still some products. I'm gonna show you the best trick to get this product out. Now I'm going to get my powder brush and I'm gonna get a powder shade. I'm going to be using like a pressed powder. Is what I'm gonna be using. Taking this pressed powder, tapping it all the way, and I'm gonna be pressing it in. So I like to press it all the way in. So I'm gonna press it in until it looks nice. So keep going. So this is what I'm doing. Yes, Lynn, we're almost done. Makeup is process. You can't rush the process. So I'm going to do the same thing for the side. Taking a pressed powder, dabbing it off just a little bit. I'm going to be pressing it. Now this is better than the sweeping motion because it tends to blend it more like better. If you sweep, it might not go in as much. So this is much better. So this is what I am doing. And this is what I am doing. Blending it all the way outwards. Press it, press it, press it. Next thing I'm going to be doing is doing the same. And now I'm going to go ahead and apply my lip liner. I'm going to just be using the same pencil I use for my brows to line my lips. And then I'm going to be applying a purple lip gloss. So I'm not overlining, I'm just following the natural line of my lip. So this is what I'm doing. My house. Why do you want to see that? This is a makeup live, Glenn. This is a makeup live. So this is what I am doing. This is what it looks like. And then I'm going to be taking this lip gloss. It has lots of pigment in it. It's from LA Colors. It says it's the High Shine Lip Gloss. And I'm just, as you can see, it's very pigmented. And I'm going to be taking my lipstick brush. I'm just going to be applying this all over my lip. I'm just going to be taking this like this. I'm going to be... Now this is a very pigmented glove. So I am doing this. It's a lip gloss, but it's very pigmented. So because this is like a very pigmented lip gloss, I took very little because a little goes a long way. And then I'm just going to be applying another lip gloss on this. This is a purple lip gloss. It has like a shimmer. I'm just going to be placing this all over this one. It has like a metallic look. Just gonna be putting this all over. And I'm gonna be doing this. This is very metallic lipstick. I think I'm gonna be doing like the monochromatic every day from now on. So today was like a purple look. Tomorrow I'm gonna do like an all red look. So since we're doing that, I'm going to be using like I'm going to be going over my face before I spray. So I'm gonna be using a purple blush. This is all purple, so it would have been nice to do like a purple brow. Let's see what that's gonna look like. I'm taking this purple blush, ever so lightly tapping it, and I'm just gonna be enforcing it here. My favorite color is pink. I love pink. So I'm just putting this purple blush here. Nope, my favorite color is pink. So I'm doing this. And if you can notice, like my face looks fuller, but if I had gone upwards, my face is gonna look slim. So this is the different ways that you can do your application to get your face looking different. But I think I love this look. I've never done something like this before, so I really love it. A purple makeup look. So that is the end of this tutorial, guys. We're just going to be spraying this face. I'm going to be pressing this as much as I can once again, because when I spray, it's going to set everything in place, and then I can lock it with a... So I have 3 more questions. So setting spray, sorry, 2 more questions. Setting spray or no setting spray? I think a setting spray is very important, and a setting spray is different from a finishing spray, because a setting spray, you can use it to set like every stage of your makeup you set. When I was applying my foundation, I used the setting spray and I set it. Sometimes you can apply your powder, and to break it down, you use your setting spray. So your setting spray is very important to set everything that you have placed. But your finishing spray is what you use at the end of your makeup. So I use the setting spray first, and then I use the finishing spray. So I would say I definitely need a setting spray in my makeup routine. I would always use a setting spray. So use a setting spray. You need a setting spray in your makeup. And okay, Lynn, what's your last question? Because this live is about to end. So I'm going to be spraying my face. I'm generous with my spray because I wanted to break down all the powders. Let's see. Lynn, I'm in my 11th Sweet 16. So, yeah. This is what it looks like. Now, it has broken down the powders, and the powders don't look as harsh as they did before. So, when I am done with this, now what I do is to use the finishing spray. Now, this spray is by the brand called So Pro, and I usually use this last of my clients because when you put this makes your makeup transfer proof. Now, if someone's clothes touches your face, it's not gonna come off. So let's put this to the test. So I'm just gonna, you don't want to breathe this in, so hold your breath. Oh boy. Oh, you're 8. Interesting. So I'm gonna be drying this completely. You're a kid. Why are you here? You're supposed to be asleep. Okay, this is all dried up. And I am loving the way it looks. So I am going to be putting this to the test. Now let's see whether this is really transfer proof. I'm just gonna be taking like a plain toilet paper or a plain and I'm just gonna be doing this. See guys, there's nothing on it. Empty. So this is why you need like a good finishing spray. See, empty guys. See, let me put it closer. Empty. So this works very well, especially if you have a bride, because this just locks in the makeup, right? I use this for brides and people have like big occasions that they're gonna be there for a lot of time. They might be there for hours. They might cry. They might wash their face, right? So a lot of things could happen at weddings, most especially. So having a good spray that locks everything is just like the icing on the cake, right? So once again, this is the brand So Pro Seal It. So you need to have this in your makeup box, trust me. Another one that comes close is the Patrick Star. I don't know where it is. It's somewhere. Oh, found it. So this is the Patrick Star. I also use this, but I find that even this has still some bit of transfer than the So Pro. So if you have like Sephora around you, you can find this in Sephora. But this one, this So Pro, you have to go on their website to order it. I think it's available in the US. So yeah, you have to check there. If you're in Nigeria, you will find it in Nigeria as well. I don't know where else they ship to, but then this is a good brand. This or this, either way, you can use any of it. So thanks for watching my live, guys. Thank you very much for being on my live. Do subscribe, share my video, and give my video a thumbs up. And I will be back here tomorrow at the same time. Bye, Lynn. I'll be back here tomorrow by the same time, um, 1 a.m. Canadian time. So do come back for more. All right. Bye, guys, and I will see you in tomorrow's video. Tomorrow, I'm gonna be wearing like red monochromatic look, so you wanna watch that tomorrow. Thank you for watching my video. Bye, guys. Ooh.